Coming up on the show, Samira Cook Gaines gives empowerment for women entrepreneurs.
So I'm a little bit surprised because I've never been to this part of the world and I didn't realize how strong that the businesswomen are here.
And Indian conglomerate SR establishes itself in Mount Hagen.
And the coal field was just the entry point for us.
Hello, I'm Leanne Gerari and you're watching Business PNG. Women entrepreneurs have been given a boost recently by American businesswoman and mentor Samira Cook Gaines. Held last week at the American Embassy, Ms. Gaines launched the Women's Empowerment Speaker Series, which covered areas such as basic literacy skills, leadership, and entrepreneurship. Attending the workshop were women from the private and public sectors, women entrepreneurs, as well as upcoming businesswomen. Women in PNG continue to face challenges in both the workplace as well as their own different businesses. However, Ms. Gaines still maintained that PNG women have great potential of becoming successful entrepreneurs. Dennis Herrera with this report.
Surveys on formal employment in Papua New Guinea show that men are almost twice as likely as women to work for wages. Women in formal sector jobs in PNG report average wages less than half that of men. The 3 women representatives out of 109 in the country's parliament is reflective of this. Health research shows that 2 million women have experienced violence in different forms. Men are culturally considered as being heads of families in almost all societies in PNG. Given that 6 out of every 10 females in the country are illiterate, few women compared to men are capable of maintaining their jobs or securing high positions in the formal sector.
Through the radio system, the doctors in the hospital...
These are part of the challenge faced by women in PNG who aspire to become successful entrepreneurs. The PNG government has made efforts to address the issue of gender equality, but surely there still needs to be more work done on this. There are aggressive efforts by the government now in empowering the small and medium enterprise sector. However, there are questions of whether women will be fairly involved in it. In May this year, then Australian Prime Minister Julia Gillard launched the PNG Women in Business initiative to help PNG women to take advantage of the country's growing economic opportunities.
What I wish for your future is what I wish for the future of Australian girls. I wish for a future where you are safe wherever you go. A future where you have equal employment opportunities. A future where with hard work and determination you can become your country's leaders.
The initiative will support PNG businesses to facilitate connections between women in businesses and raise the status of women in workplaces. PNG women engaged in business activities have been given a boost by a successful American businesswoman who visited the country last week. Samira Cook Gaines serves as the Vice President of Business Development for the National Community Reinvestment Coalition in the United States. Mrs. Cook Gaines facilitated workshops with women groups and spoke to women in the banking industry and university students studying business. She said PNG women have great potential in becoming successful entrepreneurs.
I've met very impressive businesswomen, so I'm a little bit surprised because I've never been to this part of the world and I didn't realize how strong that the businesswomen are here. It makes me think that the country has a really positive future.
Her visit was hosted by the United States Embassy in Port Moresby, launching the Women's Empowerment Speaker Series. The Speaker Series covered areas such as basic business literacy skills, entrepreneurialism, and empowering women to become leaders in their communities.
More on that report straight after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Empowerment Speaker Series were the series of workshops conducted by American businesswoman and mentor Samira Cook Gaines. Before the Port Moresby workshop, Ms. Gaines was in Fiji conducting the same. The series aimed at empowering women entrepreneurs was conducted through training, individual consultation, and mentoring.
Samira Cook Gaines provides vision and leadership for 4 small business development centers in the United States. Mrs. Cook Gaines was the founding director of the Washington, D.C. Women's Business Center, which supports women entrepreneurs through training, individual consultation, mentoring, and business growth. Under Mrs. Cook Gaines' direction, the DCWBC has assisted over 1,000 women in achieving their business goals.
The main way that I do it is by letting women know that they can overcome their fears through business planning and through networking with each other. They have everything they need right there.
The workshops that she facilitated last week in Port Moresby were attended by about 50 women who are based in NCD. The women were from the informal sector as well as those who are small business owners. They were entrepreneurs from a whole variety of sectors, including transport, health, fashion, education, and real estate.
I met with women who are in non-traditional industries like transportation. Just that alone, those are tremendous potential for growth.
A few of the workshop participants shared their experiences.
Truly, we need mentoring and someone to guide us through. So I'm very happy and satisfied today.
We have fear in us on running our business because of so many circumstances. And to attend this program run by the U.S. Women in Business Mentoring program, it's very useful and very, very helpful.
Meeting also, this la training blongen or this la coaching blongen, by come straight low area where me working now. Now by helping me more because this la training now when me helping me more long. Look sabe also. Now from this la level when me start blongen now I'm bringing me lonarbla level now. Me look and tablo this la level now.
Mrs. Cook Gaines also featured at a public engagement with students at the Pacific Adventist University. She encouraged the students to pursue their entrepreneurial ambitions. The entrepreneurship expert gave inspirational talks to working women about overcoming challenges in the workplace and to women at House Ruth about building their financial confidence. Her interest in community economic development has taken her to several countries in Europe and Africa to assist in developing local business. In honor of her work with small businesses, Mrs. Cook Gaines was recently selected as a White House Champion for Change in the area of entrepreneurship mentoring. So the challenge for women in PNG to achieve their business goals remains as a hurdle to jump. In a recent interview, Executive Director for the Institute of National Affairs, Paul Barker, highlighted the point about PNG women in business.
There needs to be special consideration of women in business, and we know that often women are some of the best managers of money. A lot of surveys have demonstrated that they manage money often better than men, but they often don't have an opportunity to develop businesses for a number of reasons. So giving some sort of special consideration for the needs of women in businesses is also critical.
The country is undergoing steady economic growth with a lot of business opportunities made possible by the booming resource sector. The future looks promising for women in business as viewed by Mrs. Cook Gaines.
Coming up next, SR Projects establishes itself in Mount Hagen. All that after the break. Stay with us. If you've just joined us, you're watching Business PNG. Apart from global corporations such as ExxonMobil and Interoil, other global conglomerates have also been attracted to the strong Papua New Guinea economy. One in particular established its headquarters all the way in Mount Hagen. SR is a multinational corporation with investments in steel, energy, infrastructure, services, and projects. With operations in more than 25 countries and 5 continents, ESSA now employs over 73,000 people and has revenues of up to $39 billion US. Entering PNG initially as a subcontractor, ESSA has now won its first major contract, a 100 million kina contract for the construction of the new Western Highlands Provincial Headquarters. Business PNG traveled to Mount Hagen last month, covering the groundbreaking ceremony and the signing of this contract. The strong Papua New Guinea economy has attracted yet again another multinational conglomerate. With a total workforce of more than 73,000 people worldwide, revenues of close to $39 billion US, ESSA has now set foot and set camp in Mount Hagen in the Western Highlands province. With a diversified profile ranging from raw material production, energy, communications, logistics, construction and engineering, the global group has now won its second contract in the country, the first being a joint venture contract in the Como Airfield project.
And we did it quite well, in spite of all the odds. We came here as a contractor, and the Como Airfield was just an entry point for us. And ever since we came here, we had been trying for the various projects in Papua New Guinea as independent contractor, and in the port sector, in the highways and industries. And after almost 2 years of the journey of the business development, we could bag this contract as the first contract for us directly from the government.
This is the team that makes it happen.
And this second contract is the construction of the new Western Highlands Provincial Headquarters for more than 100 million kina. The development, a modern, state-of-the-art 9-story complex, comes complete with an underground car park and a luxury unit at the top, a signature building that will be central to all the decision-making in the Western Highlands province.
Serving plenty population inside Lodesla region. Important Lodeslas, na mega strong bla tintin, o some government lo yumi now is an strong backside lo you, lo alam you lo yumi, sentencing face lo Hagen na sentencing face lo Western Island.
The groundbreaking ceremony last month was indeed a highly symbolic one. Not only did it bring together 5 prime ministers, including current Prime Minister Peter O'Neill, it also signifies ESSA's entry as major project developer in the country.
This gives us a more responsibility to stand to their expectations. And I'm very confident that my team is very capable of giving as we have promised and as they are expecting from us. And we are committed to the progress of this country.
And a lot of expectations, indeed, from the people of Western Highlands province. These were the same people who flocked into the Queen Elizabeth Park in masses to witness the signing of this 100 million kina contract with developer ESSA Projects PNG. The deal, which includes the participation of engineering firm Kramer Asenko, is set for completion in July 2015, some 707 days from the day of the groundbreaking. Julius Chan also offered his praise to the main project collaborators.
Praise him, you want them online, belong ESSA, UNESCO, Sarabi and Amelio, Igo Pasongan, the Kramer too. You working together, you will cross this mountain, you will cross this river, and you will reach the promised land of future of Western Highlands. Thank you.
More on that story when we come back. Welcome back. Apart from the construction of the Western Highlands Provincial Government, ESSA Projects have also been awarded another contract. This time it's a 4-lane road that will be part of the Highlands Highway. Mr. Vardan, head of ESSA Projects PNG, has already made commitments that 60% of their workforce will be PNG nationals. SR's participation in the Como airstrip development was the first step to the next contract, the Western Highlands Provincial Headquarters. In his speech, former Prime Minister and Chairman of Kramer Asenko Engineering spoke highly of SR projects.
We like to talk out long background long SR. SR, and we've been involved long development long LNG, PNG LNG project. Have only been got contract long walking Como airstrip and top long Southern Islands. So, and we know company, company where, got experience long plenty hap long this world, HESA, and we've been come number one time, long involvement long in, long PNG LNG project, long construction, design and construction long Como airstrip.
So what's next for SR?
We are talking about 4-lane road. Yes.
Governor Pius Winty at the groundbreaking ceremony announced the construction of a 4-lane road that will be part of the Highlands Highway. Other projects are already on the drawing board.
And we are open to, it is for the country to see that how best and how far we can contribute to their progress and the development. We are talking to various projects which I cannot discuss at the moment, and we are talking of we are geared up for a turnover of $1 billion per year, and I hope within the next 1.5 years or 2 years we'll have that sort of a contribution to the Papua New Guinea.
One thing for sure is SR will be contributing heavily to the Western Highlands province. Already, Mr. Vardan has made commitments to the people of Papua New Guinea.
Our target is that 60% of the workforce will be the PNG nationals. And we are, as far as our procurements is there, whatever is available locally, it is better to have it instead of sourcing from outside.
But is this 100 million kina construction project by India-based SR Projects just a part of the bigger picture? Perhaps the beginning of a wave of trade between Papua New Guinea and India. Business PNG caught up with Minister for Trade, Commerce and Industry on a recent trade delegation trip to India earlier this year.
Last year I had the opportunity, I guess the first time, being able to sell Papua New Guinea and tell Indian businesses and Indian industry that Papua New Guinea is an investment destination for many big companies of the world. I'm talking ExxonMobil, I'm talking Shell, I'm talking other big companies are all now rushing to PNG because we are very rich with resources.
But trade is not the only reason why Minister Maru is looking towards India. Technical expertise and assistance is another.
I've always said when I became the minister that India is a nation that has so much expertise, it's got good capital, has gone along a development path the same as Papua New Guinea, and the challenges that India faces today are also the same challenges that Papua New Guinea faces. However, the scale we can't compare. It's so big for India. And I think Papua New Guinea has a lot to learn from India, and we can do with a lot of foreign direct investments out of India in order to help us continue our very strong economic growth we've enjoyed over the past 9 years, but also to learn from the strategies they're using to try and grow employment, skill their people, and also benefit from exchanges with India in trade, in commerce, and especially in education and in some of the expertise they have, especially IT, medicine, and in agriculture as well.
And for Indian conglomerate SR, the future looks promising for them. 675 more days left till the completion of the new Western Highlands Provincial Headquarters. Already, the future looks promising for SR Projects PNG. Coming up next week.
We need to give people the suitable venues, not just fresh market produce markets, but places where small businesses can operate, small manufacturers can operate, and also can get skills support and a range of other products.
Discussions on the government's proposed SME policies. We'll bring you that discussion next week. To access our programs online, log on to www.mtv.com.pg and go to our Business PNG page. For any comments or suggestions, feel free to drop us an email using the address now shown on your screen. Until the same time next Tuesday, I'm Leanne Jarari. Bye for now.